Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe's Classic Video Games back with another cool pinball repair video for you this evening. Look, we're working right through our pinball. Look at this. We've got room for some. We've been working through some of our older ones, doing repairs for other people, and we are ready to work on this Prospector pinball machine. This is an interesting one. It's a Sonic pinball machine, which is a Spanish company from the 70s. So it's a Sonic pinball machine. I've been wanting to do this one for a while just because of how strange it is. There's a couple things going on that are just fascinating to me. Parla Madrid, Spain. Now here's the thing. This is what's really interesting to me. I have yet to find anybody that even understands what I'm talking about. They just go, oh, that's nice. We do video games. Okay? This company was owned by Sega. So Sega owned a company called Sonic in the 70s. Nobody else seems to think that's a big deal. I think that's really neat. Somebody at Sega was fascinated with the name Sonic. Whatever. So it's got your typical, what's the word for it? A lot of these ones that are these weird companies, I shouldn't say weird. There's nothing wrong with this thing. I like these. These different companies than the big American companies. They were European, and they would, all of the games, pretty much all of them were this Americanized, it's view of America from afar, right? So, I mean, the American ones were kind of like this too, but it's got what appears to be Laurel and Hardy. Now, I like a lot of old school TV and all of that, right? But I have never watched Laurel and Hardy. I've seen probably a couple little things they did, but I don't know anything about them. I don't even know which one is Laurel and which one's Hardy. Now, I know that's horrible when I'm doing a Laurel and Hardy pinball machine, but it is what it is. I don't believe they were paid for this either. This is bootleg as bleep. So, interesting. So I have another story to tell about this. Okay? This happened years ago, so it won't make as much sense now, but back when this happened, a typical game like this, beautiful, strikes and spares here next to it, these would sell back then for about $1,500, which was a pretty desirable game. Everybody likes strikes and spares. So this happened probably 15 years ago or so. So maybe 2007-ish, 2008-ish, something like that. I went to this auction, and the whole front room of the auction was full of pinball machines. And they ran a commercial. It was at an old operator's building with arcade games, pinball machines, jukeboxes, all that kind of stuff. And he was selling out a whole bunch of stuff, and this auction company was in there selling everything. Well, in the front room, they had a bunch of desirable pinball machines. So it was stuff like Guns N' Roses. There was a Tales from the Crypt in there. There was a Twilight Zone in there. There was an Indiana Jones, one of them. I don't know the different ones. There was a Whitewater. There was a bunch of desirable pinball machines, 90s, which basically means 90s dot matrix display games. And the prices were going pretty high, okay? Well, in the back room, this was in like the office, the front room of the office, which was about like this, maybe a little wider, and there was another row in the middle, I think. So they had maybe 15 or 20 pinball machines in there, and they were auctioning them off. And they got a pretty good crowd. There was probably 60 people in there, something like that, and this auctioneer's selling everything. I don't remember all of the prices on all of that stuff. But at the time, stuff like that might go for $3,000 to maybe $4,000 for a pretty good one. A Twilight Zone might have been $5,000, something like that, right? So that's just the prices that stuff was going for. Well, in the back room, down this hallway, there was this game, just this one, sitting in the back. And it was like the only EM there. Now, not this exact one, but this same title. Was sitting in the back. They bid $4,000 on this thing. $4,000 on a Spanish EM pinball machine. Whew. I couldn't believe it. What in the world? Why would they do that? I have no clue. And it was not like shill bidding. It was nothing like that. It was just there were a bunch of home buyers in there, and I guess they saw like the Indiana Jones that went for $4,000 or whatever it went for back then, and they thought, oh, well, that's what they cost. I really like the Laurel and Hardy one. What do you think, honey? Should we get this for our house? And they bid $4,000 on this thing, and it did work. They had it up and running, but $4,000. Now, is it worth $4,000? No, it is not. I'm not going to put $4,000 on it when I fix it. I'll tell you numbers. I don't care. I mean, people think I'm expensive if they want. I don't care. Well, I'm going to fix this thing up. It's in really nice shape. I'm probably going to put about $1,500 on it, which is pretty steep for an EM pinball machine. But the prices have been going up. This one's a kind of cool one. It's got a nice theme to it. Even though I don't watch Laurel and Hardy, I mean it's a thing, you know. I'm probably gonna put about $1,500 on it when I'm done, and that's kind of steep, you know. But I don't. If people don't want to buy it, I'll just keep it. I'll just keep it. What do you think about that? So that's kind of, and it's been 15 years. You know what I mean? So 15 years ago, somebody bought one of these for $4,000 right in front of me. I couldn't believe it. So this is Prospector, they call it. Another Sonic logo. Oh, look, there's a Sonic logo on the flipper bat, but not on this side. Oh well. 1 out of 2 ain't bad. Wasn't that like a Meatloaf song? Here's the thing with these Sonic games and the Playmatic games. The Playfields are always really nice. So this one looks like there may be some kind of damage there where there's a scratch, but that'll be all right because the rest of it looks fantastic. The colors are nice, and it's just, I can't tell you the last time that I saw a Playfield this nice on an American machine. It just doesn't happen. And it's because they made them different ways. This particular one, I'll bet, is going to have some nice clear coat on it or something like that. But this thing is just in fantastic shape. There they are again. There's the boys. I'm going to guess the tall one's Hardy. He looks more like a Hardy to me. And the other one, who is not as tall, would be the Laurel. I liked Abbott and Costello, which I bet was a ripoff of Laurel and Hardy. Abbott and Costello was very ancient whenever I was a kid, but my dad liked it, so I always watched it. And then you get the Native American up here. You got some cacti, some rollover buttons. So I don't see anything that's like too completely different than the American ones looking from the top. It's just a nice, good-looking machine. I would think that I'm not good at recognizing the bumpers, but I would say that's a Williams style bumper, pop bumper cap. And the flippers are Williams style because they're kind of pointy. The Bally ones were a little more rounded. So I'll bet this thing is very similar to a Williams. Now the apron, can't remember. Do the Williams, 70s Williams models look like that? Yes, they do. Yeah, this is a freaking, wow. They're ripping Williams off big time. Maybe they paid for it or something. I doubt it though. Okay, see the little, those? I have a Williams time warp here. Holy moly. Okay, see the Williams logo with the lines behind it? What in the world? Man, it's like, I don't know, there's something going on. It's like we're in a time warp or something. I don't know. So, the game, it looks cool. It looks awesome. Look, it's got a doorbell or something on it, but that's from Spain. Maybe. What in the world? I guess that's how they credited it up. And then this particular one. Somebody has put a Bugle Boy sticker on it. Boy, I haven't seen that in a long time. I think the last time I heard the phrase Bugle Boy, not counting the Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy, which has transcended time and culture and will never go out of date. The Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy is timeless. But Bugle Boy clothes, the last time I saw that was probably 1992. And it's pink and teal to prove it. Look at that. Pretty cool. I'm probably going to leave that because I don't think it'll come off without messing up the paint. If it's up to me, I'd peel it right off, though. Not that I don't like Bugle Boy, but this here is something else, you know. The back glass, to me, now I haven't messed with this in a while, so I don't remember, but it kind of almost looks like it's acrylic because it's in perfect shape. So let's see if it's acrylic or glass. Now, how would we do that? That's got to be glass, surely. Yeah, that's glass. So it has a perfect back glass, or it appears to be perfect. Wow. Is there anything else where they've ripped off Williams? Yes, there is. Look at the coin door. So that's the Sonic coin door. Notice the logo in the middle, and notice the little Sonic logos, and then look at the textured place behind it, and then the single coin return. Okay. Reject button is here. Williams with the double logos. You can remove this and put a Williams plate in there. Coin reject and single coin return. They were playing with fire, people. Here's an older Williams that has the plate on it, a couple plates on it. And here's what Bally was doing. So it's a Spanish game that is just completely, absolutely, with no shame, ripping off everything from Williams. Maybe they licensed it from Williams. I don't know. Because, I mean, it's so egregious. You'd think that even overseas they'd get sued over it, but maybe not. Maybe they couldn't. And, you know, the little logo we were talking about, the S, the Williams games have that too. Do I have one here? Is there a W in the building? Little W logo on the flipper. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Okay, so let's do this. I'll take the glass off and let's look under the playfield. Got the chimes unit. I got to be honest with you, people. To me, like, the difference between the Williams and the Gottlieb and the Bally chime units isn't all that important. So I can't remember for sure if that's just like the Williams brand, but I guess it would be. That's not something I usually remember. The fuse block looks great. I don't know. I mean, maybe we'll figure out it's not after we mess with it, but look how nice that is. Look at the freaking wiring. Wow. Let's hear it for Spain. Look at that. Beautiful. And the colors have held up over the years. Look at that. Look how great that looks. It's a little bit flashier than the American ones. It just looks nice. That's great. Look at that. This thing's a damn work of art. Look at it. The price might have to go up, people. Look at this. And then look at this. I'm not bullshitting you. Look, right? I think that's really cool looking. Look at that. Just this beautiful old transformer from the 70s, and the thing's silk screened on the side, and it's still doing its thing. The board, let me see if I can show this. It's like a particle board, but it's shellacked or whatever, which, you know, will probably make it much more durable. And then I guess that's some kind of European power plug. I would know nothing about that. So yeah, it looks like the relays are the Bally style. They're definitely not Gottlieb's. I don't know. I'm not the Bally style. I'm sorry, the Williams style. Williams had these big long blades on them. Very cool. And it appears to be in maybe Spanish and English. Yeah, that's Spanish. Relay final partidas. Game over relay. So relay, I guess, is relay. Final, which might be pronounced final, is over. And partidas, maybe that's game? I don't know. I thought juegos was game. Okay, over here it says uno moneda equals uno partida. So then it says that means one coin equals one play. So partida maybe means play. So game, what we call a game over relay, maybe they call the play over relay. Very cool. Well, I just noticed I showed some guy's phone number. I'll be editing that back out. So yeah, it's got the schematics. Couple stepper units in the bottom. The Playfield itself was pretty heavy when I set it up because it's got a lot of accoutrements. So you've got a big old relay bank over here. Look at the size of the coil. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 7 relays on there. And then on this side, you've got a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You got 11. Okay, I haven't looked this thing up, but just by looking at that, the amount of relays in it, the complexity of the apparently what's going on in this game, I would guess this is from the mid 70s. It's probably going to be at least 73 or up because there's just so much going on. The game's got more complex as they went along. Okay, so underneath, that thing looks crooked. Maybe it'll work. That's a kick-out hole, it looks like. Got, I guess, 3 pop bumpers. And then there's a stepper unit there. And yep, Williams again. We'll get to it here in a little bit. But if you look, there is an extra coil hanging off the back there. You can't see it very good. So it has the step-up coil, the reset coil, and then there's another one that is the total reset coil. That's what I call it, at least. So basically is this one the same? No. So basically it can step up and step back like a stepper unit. Most stepper units can step up and then reset all the way, or it can step up and reset back like this. That one can do both. It can step up and then reset all the way, or it can reset a little bit at a time. So why would they do that? It's for like the bonus and stuff. So you count up the bonus, so you're at 4,000. Well, it needs to know where you are whenever it resets it. So it counts back one at a time to give you the bonus as the score motor's turning. So 1,000 points, 2,000 points, 3,000 points, 4,000 points, and then it gets back to 0. But when the game starts, or it might be when the player changes or whatever, it needs to be able to reset it to 0 without counting it. So it's got an extra little coil on it. Very cool. Another stepper unit here. It says ball count unit. All right. Very straightforward. There's a rare one with 1 wiper on it. You don't see that too often. And the flippers are more complex than the American ones. The coil is encapsulated between 2 pieces of metal. You don't see that on the American ones. This top piece isn't here. And somebody's put some big old set screws in that one, but that'll be all right. No big deal. It's okay. Now, the play meter. Here we go, people. Are you ready? It has been played 14,669 times. That ain't that much. Unless it's 114,000, but you saw the Playfield. Is it 114,000? I don't think so. So it's 14,000. So it made what's that? $3,500. 3,500 bucks. If that's counting quarters, which it might be. The hell, this thing didn't cost 3,500 bucks. Somebody keeps telling me in the videos that the 2-player games back in the day were $400 and the 4-player ones were $600, I think. That's what they're saying. I don't know if that's true, but sounds a little low to me, but that's what they're saying, so I'm not going to argue with them. I wasn't around. So this may have been, it's a big old 4-player, but it's in Spain, so I don't know if they got more out of them or less out of them, but let's say it was $1,000. That might be a little high. So it's $1,000 and it has made over time $3,500. Well, everywhere you put these pinball machines, you always have to split the money with the owner. So you put the machine in, it makes $3,500. It really only made $1,750, and you paid $1,000 for it. Not a great return on investment if those are the numbers. Okay, so let me slide it away from the wall and we'll look in the back box. Okay, so I got these keys. I don't know if these are original or not, but they sure look like it. We got a little lock here. These are not like the American ones, a little different. The door is wood. All of this, or a lot of this, is made out of that particle board stuff that I was talking about. We had a big discussion about that on a previous video. The stuff, I don't know, in some ways it holds up better, and in some ways it falls apart easier too. It's just a weird kind of, I don't know. It's in pretty good shape. I can't complain. Okay, so here's what we got going on. So 4 sets of score reels. How many dummy reels do they have? They have 2 dummy reels, which I think Bally was doing at the time. So it looks like there's 6 scores, but really there's only 4 scores. And then we have the same wiring colors and stuff that we saw in the bottom. Look at how vivid these still are. I don't know if it's just because the thing didn't get played a lot or what, but look at that. The white wires look like brand new shoelaces, basically. Look at that. Look at the blue with a black trace on it. That's wild. You can make a poster of that. Look how beautiful. Coming soon. Our next poster. It's going to be that shot right there. Look at that. Hang out on your wall. So cool. Okay, let's see what she says. If I can read it. I can't read it. This stuff's in Spanish. So it's going to be, you're going to have a 10-point relay. A 100-point relay is the smallest denomination. You're going to have a 100-point relay, a 1,000-point relay, a 10,000-point relay, and then you're going to have 2 score reset relays. And it's probably, this is the 100, that's the 1,000, that's the 10,000, that's player 1, and 3, we'll guess, score reset. Player 2 and 4 score reset. I wonder how right we were. Well, now I got to get the freaking flashlight just so we can prove that I'm right. 100 points relay. Check. 1,000 points relay. Check. $10,000-point relay. Check. Players 1 and 2 reset relay. Score reset relay. Yeah, I messed that up. Oh, look, there's a 1 and a 2 on it. What in the world? Look, there's numbers silk screened on the switches. They've labeled all of the switches. What in the world? Holy moly. This thing will be a breeze to repair. All right, so I got I had it generally right. I mean, come on, people. I mean, people. I said 1 and 3 and 2 and 4, and it's 1 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4. Come on, people. It's not that. It's not that different. You can't hold that again. Come on now. It's not that different. And look at this. All of this looks like punk rock peacocks. Beautiful. Also looks like the Bally score reels. I mean, not Bally. I keep saying Bally. The Williams score reels. Beautiful. Man, what a cool game. So the guy that I got this from had done a bunch of work on it. And I think he said that it was pretty much working, but the ball count unit wasn't. Sounded to me like the ball count unit wasn't working. Something wasn't stepping up or something. We'll figure it out, though. Hey, there's a note here. Serviceman. Hey, that's me. To remove back glass. With back door removed, pull back on brackets at inside top of light box. From the front of game, lift glass up and out. Well, I already knew that. Yeah, you pull these back. It's a neat little design. You pull it back and it moves a bar that's on top of the glass that prohibits the glass from going up in the air. Once both of those are pulled back, you can lift the glass up. And if you don't put them back, when you put the back door on, it pushes them closed. Very cool. Okay, so this is going to be like a match unit or something. It has a fuse on it. What in the world? They're not supposed to do that. They're doing things better than the Americans did it. What in the world? Yeah, it has a fuse on it. That's pretty cool. Actually, I think I may have seen a fuse in one before, having something to do with that. Okay, so that's probably the match unit. Let's see, it says on the side. It just says what the fuse is for. Okay. This would be the player unit, probably. Player 1, 2, 3, or 4 up. It's not labeled. So as that turns, it goes from player 1 to player 2 to player 3 to player 4. That would be my guess. It doesn't really matter until you start trying to fix it, I guess, right? If we're just cleaning it, it don't matter. And this would be the replay unit, the credit unit. Very cool. Wow, this thing. It's in nice shape for its age. Very cool. Well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to plug it in and see if it does anything. That's what we do now. We plug them in and see what we're starting with. So what did they do with the cord? Let me think. Would Mr. Carlson plug this in? No, he would not. But would Shango plug it in? Yeah, he would. He would. All right, I looked it up. 1977. So here's the next thing. Look at this. Can't do it. Gotta do it like this. Here we go. You gotta live a little, people. Live a little, people. It'll be all right. I was trying to make it a joke. What in the world was that? Let's try that again. Come on now. They're trying to make me look bad. Okay, let me lift up the Playfield so we can see that. I guess that sounds like the knocker or something. Okay, when you lift up a Playfield like this, you got to be careful on the ones that have swinging targets, spunos, because what will happen is the spinner will spin like that one has, and it connects the switch together, which will lock on stuff sometimes, like the point relay or the bonus relay. So I'm looking to see if that's doing that. It's way over there. If I can find the... I don't even see it. There it is. Okay, yeah. So see, whenever it turns, it connects that switch, but it's not connected. And the other one isn't either. Okay, so we're going to turn it on. So we're going to turn it on, and I think this is locking on. Yep, definitely. And then what is the other thing we're hearing? Is it maybe just the coin door? One more time. Okay. The lock relay is also coming in. Okay. So one thing I noticed, the tilt might be touching. Hell yeah. Well, that don't help you. That ain't gonna work. Come on, people. You can't have the tilt. Oh man, they got a screw in there holding it. Rig it up a little bit. Damn it, I'm gonna have to do it the right way. Alright, I gotta adjust it down. I don't think that's gonna make any difference. But let's try it one more time. Okay. So the knocker is locking on as soon as we turn it on. So we got to think about why it would do that. Now notice how I'm doing this. If you turn one on and you hear a coil come in, that's not the end of the world. That's what coils do. Coils come on and they pull in like that. But if it stays on for any amount of time, it's going to burn up. Or you're going to burn up, on an EM, you're going to burn up the coil basically. Or you might burn up a relay or something. The coil on a relay. But you can turn it on for just a second and kind of get your mind around what's happening. So why would the knocker lock on? Well, think about it. The knocker is what happens whenever you win a free game or when you put a quarter in. So it could be that the coin door switches are screwed up. Well, let's see. Are the coin door switches touching? Look at this crap. What happened there? I would assume that's right. But you know what happens when you assume. So I don't know. And then this one, it looks okay. They've removed all the coin switches. Because they put the credit button on it. I wonder if the credit button screwed up. There's a wire going through, going down here. The green and black, orange and red. I wonder if that freaking switch is stuck in. So the coin switch comes on, it pulls in the coin unit, which advances the coin relay, or whatever it is, and it advances this credit unit back here. When that advances, it does it by pulling in a coil, and the stroke of that coil hits a switch, which is what actually turns on the knocker. So let's see, make sure that's not going on. If this one's set up like that, it may not be. Oh, look here. So that's stuck together. So that's the end of stroke switch. So you turn the game on and you put a credit in it. And let's see which one's which. Yeah. See the gap there? So this pulls in to give you a credit. It's stuck in right now. And the other side of it pushes that switch together. If I pull that loose, it should stop it, but look. Now we're turned off, so nothing's pulling it in. So what's going on? Look at these switches. You know there ain't no way in hell that's supposed to be like that. I'm trying to get it to go back. There we go. Okay, so it is turned back around, and this post is now, opening that switch. So that switch, when it opens, now keep in mind this is a Spanish one. I don't know much about them, but they all kind of work similarly. So this post is opening this switch, which will make it where you can't start a game. It's basically telling the machine that it has 0 credits. There's no computer or anything, so it just it is set up so that whenever you hit the start button, it's not going to work because this switch is open. So once you add a credit back on it, which we will here, when it goes in, it would hit that switch, which goes knock, makes the knocker work. And it lifted the post up off of that switch. So now there's credits on the machine and it'll start. So what had happened was this other one over here, what it does is it comes over to this side and opens up another switch. Okay, so it'll open that switch. So if that switch opens, you can't put another credit on it. So I don't know why it was past that. That should have opened that up, which would make it where you can't add any more credits. So, but that should fix our knocker. That's a little better. So you still hear a buzz. What you're hearing is this lock relay. Now notice it's a new relay and it still buzzes. That's because it's usually not the coil, it's how something fits or something. You're probably also hearing this coin. Nope, that's not it. There's probably some other ones buzzing. Or the transformer itself may be buzzing. Okay, so that was a minor little problem. So the tilt would have kept it from starting the game if we got that far, but the thing being locked on was because the coin unit was out of place. Coin unit, replay unit was out of place. Okay, so I laid the Playfield back down. Let me turn off the lights so you can see a little bit better what I'm seeing here. So here's what I'm seeing. This thing is beautiful. Look at that. What a hell of a back glass. I mean, that looks fantastic, even though it's, you know, a couple bootleg comedians or bootleg caricatures of comedians, I should say. They're not, I'm sure they were great comedians. But wow, it looks fantastic. There's no flaking paint. There's nothing. It's a perfect back glass. And it's beautifully colored. Everything's lighting up red, green, blue, yellow. Fantastic. And then on the Playfield, it's got that cool 70s glow to it. And the nice Playfield. So let's see. Yeah, there's like a polyurethane or something on the Playfield, which has completely protected it. Look at that. Very cool, man. Very cool. Okay, so I've got the ball here. I'm going to drop it in. It may reset some stuff when we do that. Nope. Okay, we have credits on it. There's 8. Let's see what she does. Now notice all of the scores are already zeroed. Doesn't do nothing. Okay, I'm gonna try hitting this button, which, well, I know that's the coin switch, but maybe it'll start a game if I hit it. It added 2 more credits. Okay, so we can't start a game yet. Oh, there we go. Okay. So it started a game, and we still have 10 credits. Whatever, we'll figure that out down the road, right? But I just want to see what's going on with it. Got those strong Williams flippers. 1977. They had already gotten strong. Let's see if she'll do anything. What in the world? There was a kick-out hole at the top. There's another kick-out hole. I guess that's a kick-out hole. If the ball's in there, it should kick out, right? Please don't break my finger. Okay, so there's some stuff that's not working. Look, there's a lens here that's clear. Look at that. But did you see that shot into a kick-out hole over there? I don't know that I've ever seen a machine do that. Okay, some of the stuff like that. That didn't work the first time, but it did this time. So we got a lot of stuff that's not quite working. Oh no. Oh no, the spinners don't work. Can't have that. Okay, pop bumper. Wow. Kick out. Yeah, that's not doing anything. That's probably 5,000 in advanced silver bonus over here, but it didn't work. Collect silver bonus isn't working. The pops are all working. What a beautiful game. Advanced silver bonus. So it looks like there's 2 bonuses. There's a gold bonus and a silver bonus. 10,000 and advance the gold bonus. So it's working. It's just some of the light bulbs are probably out. Okay, so that's working. Let's advance the silver some more. Advance silver. Silver's not doing its thing. Okay, so we're up to 46,900. Ball 1. So let's see what it does. I should have a double gold bonus, so I should get 100,000 points. Wah, wah, wah. Didn't get anything. All right, so you can see this is typical of the condition that they're in. People will call us and say, "Hey, I've got a machine. I can get it to start, but it won't, and the flippers work, but if the ball won't kick out of the hole." And you know, and we hear that a lot. So it's doing some of what it's supposed to do, but it's not running, right? It's not really doing its thing. So that's where we're starting. So I figured I would film a little video showing this beauty off and showing you how we found it, and then we'll work through it on the next video. We'll do our typical thing where we go through and clean everything, service everything to make it reliable. I could go and say, okay, let me just see what's going on with the out-hole kicker. Oh, okay, the 30,000 light didn't light up. Let me replace that bulb. You can do little stuff like that, but if you do that, you're just going to continuously chase problems. So you kind of need to drain the swamp and, you know, clean everything, fix everything, do preventative maintenance on everything. And then once you've done all of that, if that didn't fix stuff, or if it didn't fix everything, you go back and bullet point fix the things that are wrong with it. But we'll start on that on the next video. So we hope you appreciated it. Give us a thumbs up for taking the trouble to film it for you. This is what we're starting with. Leave your comments below and let us know what you think. Hey, you want to know how you can help our channel out if you want to do that? If you go on our website or down below this video, there are links to Amazon. And if you're going to be buying anything on Amazon, click one of our links to take you to Amazon. Just by doing that, it puts a little identifier in the URL up above. of the page that you visit, and it pays us a tip for anything that you buy after you go to Amazon. So you can go to our website, lionsarcade.com, and we have a parts page, and on the parts page we have a lot of things listed that are games and things that we use whenever we repair our games. So just tools and things like that. So you can go check that stuff out and look at some of it on Amazon. But if you're not interested in buying any of that stuff, anything that you do buy after you follow that link gives us a tip. So we appreciate everybody that's been doing that. You don't have to do it if that's too much trouble and you can't remember to do it. That's fine. But if you do remember, thank you. We appreciate it. And last but not least, don't forget to check out my brother Donnie. Now, my brother has his own channel here on YouTube. That's right. We have unleashed the beast. So we were just doing some videos on his 1966 Chevy C60 semi-tractor trailer truck that he bought the other day. And has parked in his driveway right now. He does a lot of interesting videos. He's into old things like we are, but he doesn't do pinball machines, arcade games, and jukeboxes. He does more vehicles and things like that. He's crazier than I am. So hopefully you'll enjoy his channel. So go check it out. I'm over there with him a lot. And we will see you on the next video in 2 days where we fix this Prospector, or at least start attempting to fix the Prospector. Hey, we fixed the coil. We fixed the knocker today, right? We fixed the knocker and we made plans of what we're going to do next. Huh. Nothing wrong with that. All right, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you on the next video.